On the morning of December 7th, 2009, a young mother of two vanished without warning. Her name was Susan Powell. She didn't leave a note. She didn't pack a bag. She didn't say goodbye to her children. What followed was one of the most disturbing family mysteries in American history. A case filled with lies, obsession, manipulation, and a truth so dark it would eventually end in tragedy. This is the story of Susan Powell and how a family secret shocked America. Susan Powell was a devoted mother, a wife, and a woman trying to hold together a deeply fractured marriage. She lived in West Valley City, Utah with her husband Josh Powell and their two young sons Charlie and Braden. Friends described Susan as kind, intelligent, and deeply committed to her children. But behind closed doors, Susan was afraid. She kept journals, emails, and hidden documents, quietly recording her growing fear of Josh. In one chilling entry, Susan wrote, "If something happens to me, it was not an accident." At the time, no one realized how prophetic those words would become. On the evening of December 6, 2009, Susan was last seen at home. The next morning, she never showed up for work. Her children didn't arrive at daycare. Concerned coworkers called police for a welfare check. What officers found immediately raised alarms. Susan's purse, phone, coat, and shoes were still inside the house, but Susan was gone. Josh Powell claimed he had taken the children on a late-night camping trip in the middle of winter during a snowstorm. The story made no sense, and investigators knew it. Josh Powell quickly became the primary suspect. His behavior was cold, defensive, and suspicious. He refused police interviews. He hired an attorney almost immediately. He failed a polygraph test. Even more disturbing, his father, Stephen Powell, showed an unhealthy obsession with Susan. Stephen had secretly recorded Susan for years and expressed disturbing feelings toward her. As investigators dug deeper, the Powell family history became darker and more troubling. But despite the suspicion, police had no body, and without it, no charges could be filed. Searches stretched across Utah, Idaho, and Washington. Cadaver dogs alerted to Josh's vehicle and home. Susan's personal journals were uncovered, filled with fear and evidence of domestic abuse. Still, Susan was never found. In 2011, Josh Powell moved to Washington State, where he continued to live under suspicion but without arrest. Meanwhile, Susan's parents fought tirelessly for custody of their grandsons, believing the children were in danger. They were right. On February 5, 2012, during a supervised visitation, Josh Powell locked himself inside his home with his two sons. A social worker called 911. Moments later, Josh attacked his children with a hatchet and set the house on fire, killing them and himself. The explosion shook the neighborhood. America was horrified. The truth was finally clear. Josh Powell was responsible. But Susan Powell's body has never been recovered. The Powell case exposed failures in the system, missed warning signs, legal limitations, and the dangers of untreated domestic violence. Susan's parents later died from heartbreak and illness, never knowing where their daughter was laid to rest. But Susan's story changed laws, child protection policies, and domestic violence awareness nationwide. Her voice, preserved in her journals, was finally heard. Susan Powell didn't just disappear, she was silenced. And yet, through her words, her warnings, and the tragedy that followed, her story changed America. This wasn't just a crime. It was a family secret and a national failure that shocked the nation. What warning signs do you think were missed in this case? And could this tragedy have been prevented? Let us know in the comments. This is American Crime Vault, where real stories are told with truth, respect, and purpose.